Hey fishing friends, welcome back to eFishin. Today, well, it's fall time, and this little pattern we're going to talk about, it's something that you can do, especially if you've been throwing a buzzbait in the fall and that bite kind of dies off a little bit. This is something you can pick up, especially into October and the 1st of November when that water is getting in the mid 60s to the mid 50s. This little pattern right here, it'll put a few fish in the boat for you. So y'all hang on. Let's talk about a fall wake spinnerbait. There's a better one. Look at that. He's a long skinny thing. Eating the old spinnerbait up. There he is. He's a big long skinny thing. Big old head on him. Look at that thing. Woo. Fishing friends, this is a pattern that you need to try this fall, especially in the October to November time frame when the water temperature gets down in that mid 60s to the mid 50s range. This right here, it can put a few fish in your boat, and sometimes it can even put a pretty good fish in your boat. Now, this spinnerbait, it's a unique spinnerbait. It's not your ordinary run-of-the-mill spinnerbait that you just go pick off the shelf, although you can pick this one off the shelf if you can find it. And it's a little unique in that it's a half-ounce spinnerbait, and it's made by War Eagle, but this thing has a number 5 and a number 7 blade on it, and those big blades create a lot of lift and a lot of vibration, and that's one of the keys to fishing this thing, is having that lift and that vibration out of the bait. Better one on the old spinnerbait. There he is. Not a bad fish. The second key to this fall pattern with this wake spinnerbait is, well, you got to wake that spinnerbait. You got to keep it within a couple inches right underneath the surface, and that big pulsating bait up there, man, it just sometimes really turns them on, and it'll get them fired up, and they'll come up there and eat that thing. Now that's the key, is to keep that thing right underneath the surface of the water. Not very big there. There's one on the old spinnerbait. Not a very big one. Now the gear I like to use for this, well, it's pretty simple. I just use a 7-foot heavy action rod, a 6'3" to gear ratio reel, and some 20-pound test line. Now I like that 7-foot rod so I can make a pretty decent little cast with it, but I can also do a little underhand roll cast, and I can pitch that thing up in and around some heavy cover if I need to, and that's what I use. So the last key to this pattern for the fall with this wake spinnerbait is to fish this thing around wood. Now sometimes you can throw it up there and they'll bite it right off the bat, but other times you've got to pitch it around, throw it around, maybe even make multiple casts into the piece of cover, and sometimes it just takes a little bit of aggravation to make one hit. So remember that, fish this thing around wood, whether it's a laydown or a stump or whatever you have in your lake, and just go down the bank. Don't need forward facing sonar to do it. Just go down the bank and looking for visual targets and go fishing. It's a lot of fun to do this. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Look at that one. Eating that old spinnerbait. Kind of a gnarly looking deal. Woo, he's seen better days. Look at that thing. Woo-hoo. Got him on this side. I don't know. Say he's nice, but he's kind of ugly. Look at that. Gonna keep fishing. That one's a little ambitious. Think about that.